there, and welcome back to video 6 in the series SHRM Test Prep Masterclass. In today's video, we are discussing leadership theories, and this is part 2 of my previous video on leadership theories, in which I discussed the Blake-Mouton and Hersey-Blanchard leadership theory. So if you haven't seen that video yet, then you can find it in the description or on my channel. So let's begin. Leadership is the process of influencing others to accomplish a goal. Leadership theories are the different ways that leaders can influence followers, employees, and members of an organization to accomplish a particular goal. In this video, we will be discussing the following leadership theories, which are servant leadership and emergent theory. Let's begin with servant leadership. Servant leadership is a philosophy of leadership that was first introduced by Robert K. Greenleaf in 1970. It is based on the idea that a servant leader's primary goal should be to serve the needs of others rather than to seek power for themselves. Servant leadership is a leadership style that emphasizes the importance of self-sacrifice, putting the needs of others before one's own, and recognizing that all people have some degree of privilege. It focuses on the idea that leaders should serve others in order to lead themselves, which are qualities people really want to see in their leaders today. Servant leaders have this uncanny ability to provide emotional support when needed and are always there for their team members. Most successful IT companies today prefer this leadership style to the more conventional top-down leadership style. This is why you may have heard of Mark Zuckerberg having his afternoon lunch in the common mess with his colleagues from a variety of grades within the organization, just like any other employee. This style of leadership has also contributed to the more open-styled workplaces within organizations who are doing away with cabins and encourage an open-door policy. Now, due to the nature of this type of leadership, it can require a certain level of self-awareness. This includes having a deep understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses. For instance, if you are an introverted person or dislike public speaking, teaching others, or being involved with your team and getting to know your team better, then this leadership style may not be a good fit for you. These leaders put their employees at the very top and themselves at the bottom with the sole purpose of serving their employees, which is a far cry from the traditional leadership model of the past, which was quite the reverse. In order to be a servant leader, you need to have a serve-first mindset, and you must be focused on empowering and uplifting those who work with you. You need to be serving others rather than commanding and show humility instead of being authoritative. You are always looking for opportunities and ways to help and contribute to the development of your staff, which results in getting the best out of your employees in way of creativity and purpose. In order to be a servant leader, it has to be less about you and more about your employees. Servant leaders are not concerned only with getting the job done, but are also interested in how the job was done. Let's look at 5 action steps you can take today if you are interested in being a servant leader. Number 1 is listening. Learn to listen receptively and non-judgmentally. Servant leaders are much more interested in hearing the viewpoints of others than having their voice be the loudest in the room. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. Appreciation. Value people and appreciate them for who they are, and not just for what they give to the organization. Servant leaders are committed first and foremost to their people. Humility. Put other people first. Servant leaders are humble. They know leadership is not all about them. Things are accomplished through others. Trust. Give trust to others. Servant leaders willingly take the risk for other people they serve. They are trusting, or rather they are trusted because they are authentic and dependable. And lastly, caring. Servant leaders have people and purpose in their hearts. They display kindness and concern for others. Servant leaders are here to serve and not be served. They truly care for the people they serve. To summarize, the term servant in the context of servant leadership does not mean submissive or weak. It means one who serves willingly and generously. Servant leaders are committed to creating genuine partnerships with those they lead, empowering others to grow and develop, and creating a culture of inclusion in which everyone has access to opportunities for meaningful participation. Moving along to our next topic, which is emergent theory. In emergent leadership, there is no corporate hierarchy to determine who will be a leader in the organization, and staff are not promoted based on the number of years they have put into the organization. Instead, leaders are selected internally when they are identified as decision makers from within the existing talent pool in the organization. This style of leadership is popular in modern businesses because it gives the staff more creative freedom. They are also favored when critical thinking is preferred over following a set of guidelines that are set by the management of an organization. Instead of having assigned leaders, it is up to your staff to decide who they follow based on who inspires them and has their respect on a particular project. Let's briefly discuss 4 theories of emergent leadership, which are Valence model, neo-emergent, social identity, and the theory of idiosyncrasy credit. As per the Valence model theory, all leaders emerge after going through 3 stages within a team. The first stage is orientation, where an individual's actions announce that he or she could be a potential leader. The second stage is referred to as conflict, because as per the theorists, 2 leaders may emerge who will be at odds with each other until one is chosen by the team. And the final stage is titled emergence, in which team members willingly follow the emerging leader. Next, let's talk about neo-emergent theory. Depending on how an individual contributes towards helping the team achieve a goal will determine if that individual will emerge as a leader among the team. The individual's performance and their way or conduct when working towards meeting a goal will influence the team if that individual is a potential leader or not. Successful completion of a project results in the individual emerging as a leader. Social identity is the third emergent theory, and according to this theory, over time, a team creates its own identity with regards to the way they work, set of guidelines and values. Individuals who most imbibe and conform to the team's identity and demonstrate examples of living by the values of the team emerge as the ideal leader in the team. So someone who is the perfect brand ambassador for the team would eventually emerge as the leader as chosen by the team. Theory of idiosyncrasy credit. So this is an interesting one. According to this theory, an individual that has commanded enough power or popularity within a group is given credit to counter and oppose certain ideas and values of the group itself. They are allowed credit to challenge the status quo within the group. This individual is then seen as an influential figure within the team and eventually emerges as the team leader. Emergent leaders are usually creative thinkers and demonstrate the ability to think outside the box. They are self-motivated and influential personalities and command respect within the team and organization. They are good at managing themselves and are able to easily adapt to the changes or needs of a situation. They are also very team-oriented. And with that, we conclude this video on Leadership Theories Part 2. If you find value in these videos, then consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. I post HR-related videos every week. See you in the next video.